There is no doubt about the fact that getting familiar with the family history brings a sense of pride within an individual. You come to know about the hardships that they have faced and how easy our lives are. Such things definitely bring a feeling of satisfaction as well as happiness. One feels fortunate to come from a family that is so strong and survived through the tough conditions. Every family has a story. What's yours?
Hi, today I want to talk to you about free resources that you could use to do your family tree, to do your research. Um, One of my favorites, let's take a look at it. Now, the National Archives and Records Administration can be a great tool to use, and it's free and open to the public. All you have to do is log on to their website. I will put their website down below so you can find it easily. Anything and everything is at your access there. And again, it's free. The only charge that they charge is if you want to order some microfilm. That you're going to be charged for. All right, before you start going to the National Archives, first you need to sit down and have a conversation with your parents and your grandparents and get as much information as you possibly can. Um, what I would ask them about is your family history. I would ask them about, is there any letters, family Bibles, scrapbooks, diaries, photographs, baptismal records, death certificates, birth certificates, any newspaper articles or clippings, any information you can get, anything that information that can be helpful in your search for your research, get it before you start, because you at least need to know first name, last name, and a birth date. Now, what you'll find there is census records, passenger arrival records, and immigration records, naturalization records, land records, military records, Native American records, African American records, Japanese American records, Chinese American records, Hispanic American records. You can find so much information there, and it's free. Again, let me emphasize, it's free, especially the military records. As I said before, on Ancestry.com, they charge you sometimes for those military records. This, it's all free. It's open to the public, so you won't be charged unless you want to order something off microfilm. Census records. Really, really helpful. But what you need to know about the census records is the 1790 census records only list the head of household. The 1880 federal census records list everyone in the head of household and the relationship to the head of household. Okay, with the census records, you have the 1790s through the 1870s. This is listed by state, county, township, and city. The 1880s and the 1930 census records are arranged by enumeration districts, which makes it a little bit difficult to find, but you can still find the information you need. Now, there is a 72-year restriction on access to population census information, so you're not going to find anything new there. That's for security reasons. Basically, you don't want anyone to find out where you live right now or where your children live. But as far as looking up your ancestral records, very easy to find. This is kind of gives you an overview of what a census record from 1810 looks like. This is from Paul Revere. Um, yeah, very, very interesting when you look up these historical figures. But this is what an 1810 census record would look like. Again, it would only list head of household only because it's so far back there. And this would be Abraham Lincoln's census record. Notice it's a little bit different. It's got his head of household, his wife Mary, and his children in there. But notice it does not have the relationship. It does not list that Mary Lincoln is his wife. It just has it in there. This is an example of Laura Ingalls Wilder's census record. Notice that the record has everyone in the household and the relationship to the head of household in that census record. So a little bit different. Nearly all of the 1890 census records were destroyed in result of a fire. What's really great and will really help you in your research is if you have ancestors who came over and immigrated to the United States, is the passenger arrival records. I found so much information there. Most of my ancestors came over to America. So you've got the U.S. Customs Service arrival list from 1820 to 1890, the Immigration and Naturalization Services from 1891 to 1957. Arrival lists are arranged by port of entry and date of arrival, but I found all of my ancestors on those passenger lists. The Philadelphia passenger list begins in the 1800s. Most other lists begin in the 1820s. Now, the pre-1820 records may be on file at the port of entry or the state archives. You can also find them there. The New York arrivals list are not indexed from 1847 to 1896. The Canadian border crossings also began in 1895, and the Mexican border crossing records don't begin until 1924 till 1954. This kind of gives you an idea of what the passenger list would look like from 1907. From 1953. Huge difference there. Very easy to see in 1953. They typed it. This is an example of the naturalization records from Albert Einstein. Love the picture, kind of a deer in headlights picture. But from the naturalization records, you can get a lot of information. Not only their profession, you can get their age, you can get the color of their eyes, the color of their hair, their height, their weight. You can get the religion, the nationality that they came from, where they came from that country. You can get a lot of information from it. This is Greta Garbo's naturalization records. Again, a lot of information there. Now, I should also give you fair warning that the National Archives website is not exactly user-friendly, but we're going to look at it, and hopefully I can convince you it's not too intimidating. It does have some great information that you can use, so it's worth going to that website. Let's take a look. Now, when you come to the National Archives, this is the home page. This is the page that you see. Now, most people tell me that they're very intimidated by the National Archives website. It's really, really simple once you learn how to do it. All I do is I go to the research records, hit that. It'll bring you up to this screen. This gives you so much information. It has a guide to federal records. It has an online tool and ways to search the records online. It gives you access to databases. If you want to get microfilm, it gives you the microfilm catalog. It gives you access to free databases. If you want military records, you click this and it'll go straight into military records. If you want to research a person, scroll down here, hit that, and it'll give you that access to that. What I usually do is I go to research your ancestry because I'm doing my family tree. So I click on that and it'll bring you up to this screen right here. This is wonderful. It has tutorials on how to start your own family tree and to do your genealogy research. It has tutorials for you, a PowerPoint tutorial. It has research topics. It even gives you charts and forms. Um, Over here, you have your census records, you have your ethnic heritage records, you have your military service records, your immigration records and naturalization records. I can't tell you how valuable these records were to me in researching my ancestry and my family tree. I had so many people that are in the military. I had most of my family came over to America from other countries, so the immigration and the naturalization records were invaluable to me. It also gives you workshops in case you want to go to a workshop to learn more, events, anything that you're looking for. You've got it right here at this web page. But most people are telling me that they're very intimidated by this. And I don't even understand why, because it's really not that hard. It gives you so much information. Um, I encourage you to use this website. Again, the information is free. The only thing they charge you for is if you want microfilm. Um, but other than that, this is a good tool to use. So in the link down below, I'm going to put links to some search fields for the National Archives. Uh, what most people are asking me for is for the dolls rolls to research their Native American ancestry. And they keep telling me how difficult it is for them to find that information. So I'm going to put a link down below for you. Hopefully that will help you and it'll get you right to where you want to go on the National Archive website. I'm also going to put a link down on how to actually start your research using the National Archive website because it's a great tool to use. Um, you don't need to buy a subscription to a family tree website to do your family tree. You can do it on your own. You can do the research on your own and do it for free. It's up to you if you want to choose the subscription method or if you want to do the free method. I'm giving you both. But this is a great tool to use, and I really, really encourage you to use it. It's not as intimidating as people think it is. Once you start getting used to doing it, it becomes a breeze. So hopefully this tutorial has helped you, given you some information that'll help you get started and hopefully encourage you to keep doing your family tree. Until next time, y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.